hate to break it to you, but you've been...
We forgot how to make nuclear...
Everybody has been talking about this thing.
This bubble date went horribly wrong.
I'm on the James Webb telescope. NASA finally reactivated the James Webb telescope, and I watch it every day. You can move it around. Today, I saw something I've never ever seen before, and I recorded it. Something's going on that's major. This is the James Webb telescope live. I go on it all the time. I love to look around, see things. It's the first time I ever discovered those little squares that everybody was kind of talking about a while ago. But today I discovered something that I've never seen before. Now, as you can see, I'm moving around. I'm looking at all different stars. Wait for it. This is what I do. I just keep on zooming in. I keep on going to one side to the other. It's absolutely fascinating. And in my mind, I'm imagining extraterrestrial civilizations, right? And I'm searching and going around. Basically how it works, you can look at everything that the James Webb, there it is. What is that? It looked like a slice in the cosmos. What is that? That is some major activity. This is exactly what the James Webb telescope can see, right? You can go before, you can go after. What is that slice in the cosmos? And then I zoom in. Look at the stars. I have never seen such a high concentration of stars. Look at that. Do you see what I'm seeing? What are all these planets? These are suns and do you see how huge it is? Every sun, every star has planets orbiting around it. Do you see them? This is insane. I have never ever discovered something like this on the James Webb telescope. I've never seen anything like this. This looks like some Star Trek massive, huge civilization. Of course, I'm not an expert. This is what it looks like. And if you go up here, look, you have the coordinates. It's insane. This is massive. What is that? That's a galaxy. We're looking into another galaxy. And you want to tell me that there's no life there with all of those stars? It's insane. I'm blown away. Let's zoom in one more time. Look at it. You can't even see any black space for how many stars there are. Have you ever seen anything like this? No wonder it was down. It was probably down because there's massive stuff going on. Do you see that? That's a huge sun right there. Huge. This is insane. You don't understand the size of this. Look at it. Look at that.
First and foremost, anything coming out of NASA, take it with a grain of salt. Wait, you really think the James Webb telescope is showing them that? No, that's just some CGI rendering that they're like, oh yeah, they're gonna fall for it. Why space looking like a round Earth? I don't know, but NASA's like, yep, James Webb telescope seeing the things. But to be honest, I've seen this thing even in the night sky. I believe what that is either the Milky Way galaxy or maybe our sister galaxy, the Andromeda galaxy, like one of the round circles, like the wisps. It's like one of the wisps, Does that make sense? I feel like that's what they told us, but then again, that's what they told us. Does that mean it's right? I mean, then again, that's what they did. We don't know what we're looking at. We're going to have to get our own satellite. We're going to have to get a Goon satellite. Welcome back, Goons. You're watching Explore the Weird. Hey, what do you think on that last one? Sorry, the first one. But they both kind of make sense. Interesting. Very, very interesting. But maybe the lady's just a little bit misinformed, or maybe in her timeline, 100%. She found the other civilization and the other galaxies, and then soon Planet Nibiru's gonna come back and the Anunnaki. Sorry, I have some more creepy, weird, strange For You page content. Let's get right into it.
Yeah, let's go to the mountain.
I learned a very valuable lesson tonight because I was almost unalived because I ate something from the kitchen, which I didn't know what it was. This is for real, guys. Listen to my voice.
So I lost my voice about 15 minutes ago. Don't eat things you don't know what they are.
It was like this for an hour and then started to come back. Can anybody tell me what this is? Help! But don't ever eat this.
Wait, those 100% kind of look like Brazil nuts. Maybe not pine nuts, but they kind of look like Brazil nuts. I'm feeling like you may have a nut allergy. Oh boy. Oh boy, this is a weird way to find out. I've actually been in the presence of someone finding out they have a shellfish allergy and they never had it before, and they got one right in front of me. I'm like, bro, I literally seen you eat like shrimp like all the other times. Like, why now? It's like, nope, that's just what your body does. Your body does some strange things. Hey, if it was me, I'm gonna eat all the things. I just am not allowed to eat beef according to my religion, but all the other things I'ma eat. And I'ma see. If I get an allergic reaction, then I know my body's finally doing the things. I already have many autoimmune things. What else could it? Sir, we're gonna keep it going.
I hate to break it to you, but you've been infecting people without even realizing it. And no, it's got nothing to do with a virus. So ever had a completely average day, then spend time with a friend who was in a great mood and suddenly you just felt better? That's not just a coincidence, it's biology. In this study, scientists tracked thousands of people for over 20 years and discovered something insane, which is that happiness is actually contagious and can spread just like a virus to everyone around you, even to the people you've never met. Here's the data of the study. So if you become happier, your friends have a 25% higher chance of feeling happier too. But it doesn't stop there. Your friend's friend, 10% more likely to feel happier. And their friend, 6%, just because you were happy. This means happiness doesn't just affect the people you know, it ripples out to 3 degrees of separation. Now, this emotional contagion happens mostly because of something called the mirror neuron system, a network in your brain that automatically syncs your emotions with the people around you. So when you see someone smiling like me right now, your brain fires the same neural signals, making you more likely to smile too. It's just how we're wired. And to put this in perspective, if you have just 10 friends and they each have 10 friends, that's 1,000 people. And because you decided to feel good, 70 of them, people you'll never meet, will literally become happier. So if you want to change the world, just start with yourself.
And if they have 10 friends and they have 10 friends each, that's 1,000 people? Is that mathing? 10 times 10 is 100 times 10 because you have 10 possibilities? Yeah, I think that is 3 zeros. Yeah, makes sense. Sir. I'm sorry. I went Indian on this. I was like, does the math's math. Sorry. Hey, for us goons, I feel like it's 100%. Are you smiling right now? I want a genuine smile. None of this fake BS. It's like, oh yeah, see, I'm smiling and now yours. Nah. Want genuine smile. Hey, if this content's entertaining you and you're actually smiling, you're doing the things. You're 100% doing the things. Good work.
Y'all, this conspiracy is wild. So if you're a 90s baby like me, you remember Space Jam. And in a particular scene, Michael Jordan, he stretches his arm out and does a dunk. Okay, so why is this real? Like, this man does this in real life. It was caught on camera. This is MJ. You may have not seen it, so let's slow it down. And you can actually see right here, it elongates. Like, his forearm gets extremely long and thin. It distorts. Like, do you see this right here? He grabs the ball right here. You see long and thin. Like, he can shape shift and it still looks crazy. And then he brings it back and his arm goes to a normal shape again. Okay, so is Michael Jordan a shapeshifter? What is going on?
Bro, literally the frames per second can't keep up with his movements. Oh my god, this is an older... I'm sorry, I do video and video editing, so I can clearly pick up on this. You can even literally see the outline on where the frame's trying to pick up his movement, and it still has it in the last frame. So it's like, makes it appear like it's extended, but he's in fact just moving faster than the rate of the frame that it's being recorded in. And that's why it makes it appear like his hand's extending. It's just because it's on an extended frame. It makes 100% sense to me. Everything's fine here. Hey, let the all-star be. He did the things. He deserves to be there. Also, the original Space Jam much better than the new one they gave, because they ruined the new one, I feel like. What'd they do to Lola? Like, come on now.
Anybody says to you science contradicts the Bible? Just ask him one question. Really? Where is there physics, chemistry, geology, anywhere in the Bible? It doesn't exist. There's no science in the Bible to contradict. So if anybody tells you science contradicts the Bible, they either don't know what science is or they've not read the Bible. There is no scientific literature in the Bible.
I am not here to change your religion. I didn't realize this is what this was going to turn into. And you know what? It is whatever you want it to be in your timeline. Hey, maybe there's references about it there being a firmament, and then other references of it being flat, and more references of it not being round. But hey, no, that's not science. That's not science at all.
Sorry, guys, but I got to talk about the transatlantic telegraph cable again. So yesterday, Brian and I were clowning on the idea that they laid a cable across the Atlantic Ocean 1,500 miles long using 2 wooden ships back in the 1850s for a telegraph. Yeah, I know. We're stupid for not believing that, and so I'm going to apologize.
I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, I'd like to take this chance to apologize to absolutely nobody.
The only thing I'm sorry about is that we did not have more facts to point out how ridiculous the story is. So check this out. They didn't invent the telegraph until 1844. So in 1858, only 14 years later, they decided they needed a cable to go across the whole ocean to take advantage of this technology. Now here's the thing. In the 1850s, they invented the telephone. The first patent on the telephone was not secured until 1876 by Alexander Graham Bell. But still, the technology was there, and it was clearly much better because we still use it today. Now, this existing cable could not be used for telephone communication. So when did they lay the first telephone cable? Not till 1956, almost 100 years later. Why not? Well, you might say you can use radio waves to transmit telephone messages. Well, you can also use radio waves to transmit telegraph messages. So, what's the rub here? Why? I don't know, guys. Call me a skeptic, call me stupid, call me whatever you want, but I just don't believe it.
Wait, I don't understand. What's not to believe? Hardwire much faster than radio. Hardwire much faster than satellite. Hardwire much faster than everything because the other things actually don't exist out there. Yeah, it's all fake. It's all fake. Sorry to spiraling. But 100% there's cables all around the world. Yeah, it's all wrapped. The Earth is being hugged by cables and you don't even know it. You're worried about the space debris out there. What about the debris in the oceans that no one's exploring? And the real portals are in the oceans because that's where the aliens... Sorry. Hey, you made it to this point. I'm glad because, oh my God, how can you make it to this point? Oh my God, Goons, thank you. You guys are making me whole. You guys are the only reason I continue to render in this simulation. Thank you. But I need one more thing from you. Can you do the interactions? It's that time. The true goons have already interacted, so now it's your turn because, you may have forgotten. Hey, take a look. Have you done your interactions? Do the things. We're trying to find them other goons, and we can only do that with you. Thank you. Love you.
Everybody has been talking about this thing where apparently people are saying there is evidence that the elites are having parties where these people are eating mermaids. Yeah.
Mermaids.
Okay. There's a couple of people that came out online that were basically saying they attended a couple of Hollywood parties, and some of them said they would be super surprised about some of the things they would see because I guess there's one dude and some girl recently came out too saying pretty much the similar story that he said. But this guy came out and said that he went to this Hollywood party and he was there. It was like one of his first times there, and he's serving mermaids. And then the craziest part is he ends up going to like the kitchen. He goes into like this cooler that was like really big in the kitchen. He said he opened up the cooler and there was some more like there
frozen,
and some of them were still moving.
What the
like they just got done being like they just got put in there. And then this girl had a pretty similar story where she said same thing of like these elites are eating these things and it's like a delicacy to these motherfuckers at this party. This is what I thought was super interesting about this. What if they're not actually talking about mermaids and it's code word? They're actually talking about kids. And when they're saying mermaids, everything that they were saying, replace mermaid with kid. They were eating kids at this party like it was normal. The guy goes to the kitchen to get some air and he goes inside the kids in the freezer. There was kids inside the freezer and some of them are still alive.
Dude, what if you're right? What if they
what
are
if it's keyword for
a kid?
Like it's code word for kids.
Man, oh my God, please stop. Just stop with the kids, bro. Just let them be, let them live. Hey, just whatever's gonna happen to you, don't need the kids to do it. Hey, figure out a different way. We don't need, oh my God, why is everything, now we gotta worry about mermaids. First it was the pizza, now the mermaids. What's next? What's the next code word? Oh my God. I hate this. I literally hate society that thinks that, they get some benefit from eating our own species. Like, come on. Like, what benefit? Oh, Teddy, if I drink that blood, unless you're a vampire or energy vampire of sorts, there's no reason. And we know those existed, right? There was all that proof, and then they dug up the things, and then they did the stakes. Sorry. Interesting. At the same time, I'm feeling like the mermaid story was a hoax, but only time will tell. Maybe they silenced the guy, and that's why we can't check if the story was in fact true and if the guy even existed that supposedly worked on that boat and seen the things. Hey, none of it checks out. But maybe that's the thing that they did, just like they did to Bob Lazar. Now they do. Sorry. Spider.
This bubble date went horribly wrong when her date locked her out on the 20th story ledge. Now, without proper context, we don't know what led up to this, but in the room, and you'll see in a little bit, it looks like there was an altercation of some kind. And obviously, he should not have locked her out on the 20th story ledge, but it seems as though she refused to leave. She was pretty high up, as you can see, and without proper context, it's hard to tell exactly what went on. But after he lets her back in the house, she runs straight to the bathroom and locks herself in the bathroom.
Please.
You got leave. Get out.
I'm leaving.
Get out.
So he just shouted no as she ran to lock herself in the bathroom. For me, that's all the context that I need to know that she was the problem. Because I don't know a single woman that would be in distress like this, trying to leave a predator's house, and decides to lock herself in the bathroom when the front door is right there for her to run out of. Neither party has spoke on what really happened and why he locked her out on the ledge, but what do you guys think about this?
Bro, some people still say she's locked in that bathroom. I'm sorry, but like in all seriousness, this is the worst thing. Do not do this. Do not ever lock anyone outside in a balcony and do this even as a joke, because they get delirious. There's literally cases of people that have like no other conclusion, but they choose to like find different ways out of the balcony and not just wait it out till someone opens the door. Guys, it gets wild. There's literally been cases where people have fell off balconies on trying to just come down. It's unfortunate. There's true crime around balconies. It's a thing. Oh man, don't do this, man. Like, this is the scariness with online dating, and you have the opportunity to exit. The guy's giving you the chance and you go right into the bathroom. What are we supposed to think? What are we supposed to think? What are people gonna think? Why did you choose to do that? Hey, Teddy, she was delirious. She was locked outside, and then she didn't know that the front door, and then she's in there for that. Something else is going on here. I don't know the full story, but time will only tell if they choose to share.
Turns out what the ancients were trying to tell us is that Earth is actually made up of two planets, one 6,000 years old and the other 4.5 billion years old. And these two Earths are of different energy states. One is a very high energy state, one a low energy state. In the scriptures, they're called a spirit Earth and a temporal Earth. One day, this day, right now, 21st century, they would come apart.
Well, what do you mean come apart? Physically?
Yes, physically, the higher vibrational Earth would become dissident with the lower vibrational Earth, and they would separate, just like a human spirit separates from the human body. Earth is about ready to either go through birth or go through death.
You're not predicting that planet Earth is going to split physically, are you?
Not split down the middle. It's more like phase apart. Two whole planets will go separate ways in space. One higher vibrational, one lower vibrational.
Literally?
Yes.
What does that do to all of us on this planet?
All of us, obviously, are going to be divided. We are going to choose which Earth to go with. The ones that will align themselves with the higher vibration or spiritual Earth will become unaware of the darker and more temporal but more murderous of spirits. And they will remain with their respective Earth.
If this happens, a lot of spiritual and life coaches are going to be so happy because they've been claiming this for many, many years, and finally it's coming into fruition. But unfortunately, I also feel like we need to add this guy to the list of spiritual gurus and life coaches that are telling us this is going to happen, and we're still waiting because it still hasn't happened. Like, dang it. When? I'm ready for the transit. All the goons are ready. So, like, let it happen. Hey, I'll be in whatever state you want. Hey, render me wherever you can. Hey, without you, I wouldn't exist. Come on now.
America had a problem. You see, we forgot how to make nuclear weapons. It's the year 2000, and America decided we need to refurbish a bunch of our old nukes, make sure they're clean, in good shape, what have you. And while we're doing that, we realize that there is this ingredient that we have somehow lost all knowledge of how to make. This mystery substance is fog bank, and the US government starts spending a ton of money to try to reverse engineer it. After 5 years and $92 million, they just can't get it right. There's something funky with the formula. Until scientists finally figured out that the equipment was too clean. You see, this thing was made in the 80s, right? The labs back then, standards were different. These guys were probably like chain smoking cigarettes and drinking beers at lunch, right? And it turns out you actually needed certain impurities in the product. And so they, dirtied everything up and tried to run it all again. And sure enough, they made fog bank. And now we're good. Now we know how to make it. My only question is, why do warheads look so much like traffic cones? Like, this could be a traffic cone factory. Look at the back.
Bro, like, before you, like, the entire time, I'm like, why are you showing me a traffic cone? And, like, you're talking about nuclear war. And now, okay, I see. So traffic cones are a way to hide the nuclear warheads in our society, and you never know which one's gonna... Sorry. The traffic cones are the warhead. No. They're using the same factories to build all of them, but that's the only... Sorry. They one time showed us North Korea's thing of it, and it was like a silver ball of things, and they're like, he figured out the things. Bro, he figured out the things. He just bought everything, man. Come on now. Don't come after me. Don't come after me.
This is not mine. I've seen this floating around the internet, but I wanted to make a video to share it with you guys because it's just a really weird coincidence, if it's a coincidence at all. So this is Topanga. We know her as Topanga. I haven't seen a video, a photo, anything of her in a while, but it is kind of interesting that it pops up days before the fires devastate Topanga. But that's not even the weirdest part. Behind them, you see a man with a white and blue striped shirt. That is the symbolism for Disney. Ellen DeGeneres' set. You can go down that rabbit hole if you want to. And the hands, I know it looks like she's just waving, but someone, I don't know who it was, made the connection to this fire deity. I will have more information on her in the caption, but it's just really a coincidence, It's, maybe I'm crazy, but it all just feels like it's lining up a little too well. And I know that the symbolism is always there. The messages are always there. We just need to learn to decipher them. So
you may be a little off on this one. I feel like the message was always there when they rolled out the smart cities and the 20-minute city initiatives. So we already knew that the only way that they were going to get that done was through the DEWs of our times, because nothing else makes sense, and the fires are ways to start the resets, and this is exactly the thing. Sorry, but imagine if Topanga was the one. She's like, I'm the one that figured it out. I did the hand symbol, and then the blue shirt guy behind me. So, yep, you knew. And like, bro, what does that even have to do with the... Sure. In your timeline, sure.
Artificial flavors, artificial color, yellow 6, yellow 5, red 40.
I used to eat whole bags of those.
You did?
Yes. Okay, let's go.
Bro, Emily's gonna turn Kyra into one of these, and it's like, Kyra, just eat the Doritos, eat the Funyuns, Kyra, just eat the thing, it's fine. We're gonna bless it, you're gonna be healthy, the food's blessed, everything's gonna be fine. But no. Everything's gotta be nice. She's right. I just want her to try the things that I tried. It's gonna make you stronger. Whatever doesn't, never mind.
Please tell me y'all saw Lady Gaga on Saturday Night Live do this little seance they did. So they walk up, these people are sitting there, they're like doing this chant, dude. They're saying something, right? These homies right here show up. Look at their little cool necklaces they're wearing. Well, they start saying, La Mash Tu. I better quit saying it before something crazy happens. This is what appeared, okay? Take a good look at that creature right there. Now, who is Lamash Tu, you might ask? The Mesopotamian demon gods associated with disease, unalivements, and nightmares. All I'm gonna say is look right there, that word right there. Anyway, so Lady Gaga walks up to her and she's like smearing that on her face, and then this homegirl right here, I can't show you what she's spewing out, dude, but they start yelling Mola Ram. I was like, who is Mola Ram? Indiana Jones guy, that guy, you remember? Look at you! He like ripping hearts out and stuff. So they put her in the little thing just like, and they did in Dr. Jones. This is Mola Ram, though, on the SNL version. Look at the difference. Look closely. And he goes, Hookachoo! So, yeah, it's pretty much it, man. So what do y'all think about it?
I feel like this is 100% truth hidden in plain sight, shown to us as a skit, but they're in fact doing the things, and they were like, yeah, this is all a joke, but to them it is a joke because they're really doing it, and they're like, we can play along, and we all think it's part of the thing. I'm spiraling real bad. Why do you have to show me this? This is why I don't watch TV. I just watch more Teddy videos. There's like... Wait. That's what you need to be doing. I'm also a true goon.
No, I'm telling you, spiders are no longer the scariest creatures in existence. They literally hiss and bite. What? There's an aquarium in Japan that holds some of the biggest and scariest creatures in existence. One of them is built like a spider, but it's a crab. And like, look at this. Bro, why is it so big? Because of molting. These crabs are called spider crabs. They can live up to 100 years, which means they can shed their exoskeleton, regrow it, and become larger every time.
Well, does it bite?
It does, and it's venomous, but they're friendly to humans unlike spiders.
I don't know which one's scary.
Wait, I'm sorry. I'm just wondering, can you eat them? I kind of like crab, but like, can you eat them? Imagine all the crab meat you can get, but it's venomous. Is the meat venomous? Are there ways? Is it kind of like the sea urchin? You just gotta, find that sushi chef that can just cut it the right way, and then boom, it's edible. And then you have that one sushi chef that messed up, and then boom, unalive. Sorry. Oh boy. I have many questions, but I feel like everything's fine here.
There's a really interesting video out of Cambodia where they have a temple. And there's a static, looks like a bunch of orbs floating around that top of that temple. And it would make you wonder, well, what would be the perfect situation or the perfect terrain or atmosphere at that time for that to occur? Why doesn't it happen all the time? So, maybe they're trying to do whatever they're doing in the skies to try to counter that. And why, for example, like Wilhelm Reich's work with the Cloudbusters and Trevor James Constable's work with balancing out the atmosphere was a threat. Because I started to realize that when you have a bunch of sunny, healthy people, it makes you think differently. Maybe during the 1600s, 1700s, it was very different. Maybe the nitrogen was different. Maybe the oxygen or the hydrogen was different. And then you kind of tap in. And then once that event took place, it kind of changed everything and made things smaller. There's a lot of big people entering the realm right now. Like there's some basketball player that's like 8 feet tall and things like that. So something is happening. And now if we think of us as humanity, as a collective, we're also antennas too. So maybe the people were tapped into a different frequency. So we used to have these plasma bulbs, which look like...
Wait, the people were tapped into the plasma bulbs? What was happening? Oh my god, he's turning into Dana the Alien, the Plasmoid Girl. Oh boy. I guess you go from that to this now. I understand. And what was that? When he used to tell us about the radium glass and this and that, and actually, he was actually right about the primary wonder. But he could be right about this too. We could be tapped into different things back in the day, and we lost that in some crazy catastrophic event of the times that happened, and now everything's changed, and now we have what we have now, but we could have never fathomed what once was because we just don't know. We're just trying to piece together some things with just no evidence, and now come all the crazy stories, and this is one of them, and it's like, hey, you don't know. You got that time machine, you're gonna go figure it out? You don't know. Wait, I thought dragons had wings. This thing was basically like a serpent. I mean, what was it? When China does their dragon parade thing, also those dragons don't have wings. Maybe dragons don't have wings. Maybe they're just serpents that just were able to transverse through the air and atmosphere of sorts, and they're multidimensional. Maybe they're with the multidimensional Bigfoots. Hey, Hey, we're gonna find them. We'll figure it out. What if they try to attack us? No, wait, the dragons were used for good. They were used in so many ritualistic and religious purposes, so they must have had some good dragons, right? Are the good dragons still here?
This is how rare you are. Only 2% of the population have green eyes. Only 1% of the population have double eyelashes. Only 8% have blue eyes. And only 10% is left-handed. Follow for part 2.
I am none of this. How rare are you? Wait, he didn't even tell us how rare we are. I mean, like, I feel like we need more clarifications. Like, hey, this is 10% and the other 90% is this. This is 20% and the other 80% is this, you know? But I feel like, I don't know.
Absolutely correct. I used to wear white socks, and every freaking day I'd get a comment from somebody on the ground. They could see my white socks against the glass, and I just couldn't stand it no more, so I switched over to black. Never hear it. And everybody asks, why don't you wear boots? I get that nonstop. What do you want me to do, scratch my glass up? I'm all over my glass all day long. You know, you scratch my glass all up, bring dirt from the job site up here. No, the boots stay back there. Everybody wonders if I put weight on it. I don't put weight on it. All my weight is back here on my heel or on my toe up there. I don't really put weight on the glass. And I got booties for when it gets really cold. Wool lined booties. Oh yeah.
Man, this is a sophisticated construction worker. I loved everything here. Hey, once you go black, you never go back. That's what they say. Oh man, it must have been so irritating to be like, oh my god, it's what? Hey, the White Sox are cheaper. Why does it matter what color? Sorry. In some reasons I understand, in others I feel like you caved, but at the same time, hey, at least you're not putting the weight on the glass, because I also would be scared that it would break. And I'm a big boy, so like I'm like, oh boy, that weight limit is gonna be felt. I'm gonna fall right through. We're gonna do one more.
Hello, I have another hot take. The reason why you can't embrace underconsumption is because you don't think you have enough when really you're not doing enough. The two most common American pastimes is consuming media and shopping. You can't embrace underconsumption because you're focusing too much on owning instead of doing. You need to be focusing on who you want to be instead of what you want to have. And you can do this in two simple ways. One, you minimize. This is the part that everyone gets right, but they don't do number two. And this is why they always fall back into the overconsumption loop. So number one, minimize. Delete every shopping app you have. Unsubscribe from brand emails. Unfollow influencers who make you feel like you need to buy shit. Pare down your wardrobe, organize, all of those things. Number two, you need to be filling your time with other stuff that's not consuming media and shopping. And this is where you find your passions. And that is the most important step. So what do? You find hobbies, you hang out with your friends, you start creating, you read a book, and you start to find the things you like to do instead of consuming media and shopping. Because you think that buying things is going to fix this problem you have of wanting to be someone else, when really you need to go out and live your life. And then you'll realize that owning the next big thing was not as important as you thought. Easiest way to find hobbies, think of what you liked to do as a kid, start with that stuff. Try every single hobby you can think of. Just try and fail until you find your biggest passions. Being over consuming. That is the trend for 2020.
I love this, and this is going to work for some, but unfortunately for me, I have a very addictive personality, so if I go back to my childhood hobbies, which I have, such as playing video games, everyone's still going to be upset because Emily's like, Teddy, you need to get off the game. Stop playing the game. Stop doing your hobbies. You just keep hanging out with your friends 24/7 and you never get paid. That's sorry. This got too real. I need to be more being than the actual self. I'm not even buying things. I don't even buy the things. I don't go shopping. I just stay home, stay safe, just play the video games, do the videos. Sometimes work if I need to. There's a lot that happens, all right? Oh boy. This got too real. Hey. Guess what? You made it to the end. How'd you do? I completely get it. Teddy, what do you get? I get that you don't know what to do now, because you know what you should do? There should be videos on the screen right now. Click on either one of them to continue the Goon Fix. The one in the middle, you can subscribe. I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.